Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're going to talk about Social Security and taxes, and I've got a couple clips from President Trump. On this first clip, please forgive me, every copy of it, the audio isn't in sync with the president's mouth, but it's such a great clip and great information that I'm going to use it anyway. And I looked high and low. Everyone's just got the audio off on this one, so hopefully you'll bear with me on this. It's very cool. If you'd like, share, and subscribe, it's a huge boost to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, let's listen to this first clip because this is the concept of getting rid of taxes in lieu of a tariff system. It appeals to me greatly. Let's take a look.
You talked about how historic these tariffs have been, bringing in revenue, additional revenue for our country. You've also mentioned before they could possibly replace federal income tax.
Possible.
Do you think that
Someday it's possible. It used to be. So if you go back to 1913 is when they ended tariffs. We were the richest ever from 1850. It was all tariffs. We didn't have income taxes. From 1850 to 1913. In the 1887s, about 1887, they had the Great National Tariff Act. And it was a group of people that got together because our country was so rich, they didn't know what to do with the money. We had so much money, they didn't know what to do. It was a group of very prominent people that were set up to hand out money to everybody because we were the richest we ever were. Proportionately, we were in 1887, around that time, even in 1913. We ended them in 1913. How did that work out? And then we went to the income tax system, and then we had the Depression. And by the way, a lot of people try and say that, oh, tariffs with the Depression. No, they ended in 1913, and then we went to income tax, and then in 1929 you had the Depression. They did try and bring it back in 1931-32, but the Depression had long started, and this poor, beautiful nation was gone. It was gone. We suffered for 25 years. It took 25, 30 years to really recover from the Depression. And we don't ever want to see that happen again. The tariffs are vital to the success of this country. When I say I ended 7 wars, at least half of those wars were ended because of the power of tariffs. I was able to.
All right. So the concept of just rolling off tariffs and how rich we were before the implementation of the taxes, which roughly 25% of your income goes directly to the state. And for some people, it's a little higher. That's a lot. I mean, that's, a 30-year week is spent working for the government. Now, I want to also talk about Social Security because these two tie in. Social Security is set up to be totally insolvent by 2032. So right around the corner, 6 years away. And the Biden administration just got busted out by Doge for issuing 4 million numbers to illegal immigrants. Let's listen to this.
Reveal what's really going on. Doge exposed our immigration asylum disaster. That was the tip of the iceberg. Now, here's the story. Doge has found that immigration gave a work authorization document to illegals just 5 months after they filed for asylum. That document allowed them to work while they waited to hear whether their asylum request had been accepted or denied. So they could work as an illegal, knowing it would take years before their case was heard. The Immigration Department mailed them a Social Security number. No interview, no proof of identity. Just put it in the mail. Here's your number. In 2021, Doge says 270,000 new aliens were issued Social Security numbers, 590,000 in 2022, 964,000 in 2023, and 2.1 million in 24, right before Biden left office. Doge also discovered that 1.3 million aliens are now receiving Medicaid. Millions received driver's licenses, some registered to vote, and Doge says some actually did vote.
I want to pause it for just 1 second. Look at these numbers here. 270,000, 590,000, 964. And in his last year, 2 million. Okay, and he's right to bring up Medicaid. Just Medicaid and Medicare, just the medical benefits alone will bankrupt us in the long run. And yet, that's what the Democrats did to import voters. Go back to the video.
Try and square that against Democrat claims that Musk is destroying Social Security and cutting Medicaid. He's not destroying. He's weeding out people who don't qualify. Who is really guilty of misinformation in this case? It is not Elon Musk.
So to me, this is absolutely as egregious as it gets. Social Security is a safety net for so many Americans, and part of America First, the biggest part, is taking care of Americans first. I am so sick of seeing all the giveaways of our tax dollars to everyone. I remember Trump in his first term said, you know, if we discovered alien life, Congress would cut him a check. I mean, that is literally true. It's a joke, but it's true. We have no business handing out money like this when all we're doing is printing it and going into debt. I don't like any of this at all. And I tell you what I do like is the idea of getting rid of taxes, income tax, because you know what? Then the government can use tariffs and they can pay for what they need with that, like we did for, you know, over 100 years. And if they can't afford it, they can't borrow using our future payments as leverage. And it's even worse than that, because they're just printing money that is like, you know, the tooth fairy. It doesn't exist. And then you go to the grocery store and everything you're buying is going up radically in price. You know, if we would get rid of the income tax, that would be an economic shot in the arm for all Americans. And I really believe that that's the way to go. Or reduce it to such a small amount that you're not working a third of your week to pay the government, but maybe half of a shift of a day, something like that. I mean, that's what I'm on board for. But I thought both these clips were really important because Doge is still uncovering the madness of the Biden administration. And in my opinion, the Democrats, the Democratic Party as of today, they're straight up traitors. I mean, you could go from any issue and they always do what's absolutely worst for you and me. And that don't work for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please share the video out. Have a wonderful day. God bless.